additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
OnsideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your Onside Radio E-Report with Kai Chen Chisholm.
Changes have happened in the Call of Duty scene this past weekend as 100 Thieves decided to now sign Hook from the Dallas Empire. Of course, Hook, also known as Kyler, was one of the main people that was a part of that Dallas Empire team that had so much success last season in the 5v5 element of the last Call of Duty title. Of course, when Call of Duty went to a 4v4, they had to drop certain players like Clayster and kept Hook as well as another young gun around. Hook now joins the 100 Thieves roster as they've decided to let go of a few players, including Slasher, who are now on the bench and will be hopefully looking for a new team. Hook will immediately join their starting roster. And also, Mr. Savage has re-signed for the 100 Thieves contract to be a content creator as part of their esports team in Fortnite.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it.
The Onside Zone.
I don't care how you win a championship, dude. You can draft it, you can buy it, you can trade for it. Just win, baby.
The Onside Zone.
You're not Aladdin rubbing the lamp and then Will Smith comes out and you ask him, hey, fix our dolphin problems. And there he goes. No, I'm sorry. It'd be nice if it was that easy, but it's not.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right.
2 on. Luke Weaver's pitch is driven out to left. Adam Duvall with a bomb to left field. Hit one on the money in the first and cashes in here in the second.
All right. Ah, yes. Happens every once in a while. Third time this season. Mr. Means gets it done against Seattle for Baltimore. John Means gets the no-hitter yesterday in baseball. Marlins get a win over the D-backs. Man, that and Means for when I saw that. What I was wondering, because I always wonder, like, okay, when was the last time they got a no-hitter? And it was like 1969, and it was Jim Palmer and stuff. So it's crazy, man. And the Orioles suck. They're unwatchable. Nobody cares about the Orioles. I think most people don't even know if they still exist in the league. You know, that's how bad it is overall. But nice moment for John Means, and something I'm sure he'll remember. He almost had the perfect game. Just was off just by a tad on that perfect game. But nice job there. As always, welcome aboard, folks. Marlins, by the way, got it done against the D-backs, 8-0. They go for the sweep. In fact, you know what's cool? I'm signed on to the Marlins tweets, right? And they sent out a tweet at 11:52. It says, Marlins go for the sweep versus the D-backs with Pablo Lopez on the mound. Experience it live at 6:40 p.m. Tickets, and then they give you the link and all that good stuff. So if you want to go, and you should go, man, you should go support the Marlins. I said a couple weeks ago, I think they're must-see TV. I really enjoy watching the Marlins. But then again, maybe, and I get it. There's a lot of animosity towards the franchise, not necessarily Jeter and Sherman, because it's not their fault. The mess that has come from the past, and they've got a lot to prove. that they're committed to winning. Like the Panthers, they have proven over and over and over and over again that they're committed to winning, whether it's getting a great GM for a second time, getting a great coach, buying whatever players possible, extending their young guys. They do it all. They've been committed to winning, and they've put themselves in a position now that we're going to have a really interesting weekend against Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting this weekend to watch the Panthers and the Lightning tonight. It'll be nice to see the Marlins go for a sweep, dude. I mean, that's just absolutely fantastic if they can go for a sweep. And, they come back, they're 14-16 if they win tonight. And you think about all the adversity they had just gone through, with the injuries and all that stuff that really set them back. And it's nice to see some of the bats are coming around, like Anderson. Duvall, I don't know what. At least he had a home run yesterday, had 4 RBIs, all that good stuff. Miguel Rojas, which, I did not have in my starting lineup because obviously I didn't have time to look at my baseball team. I got a lot of stuff going on. But anyway, so a lot of things going on. Tonight it'll be Madison Bumgarner taking on Pablo Lopez. Should be fine. I mean, yesterday 5 pitchers combined for the shutout for the Marlins. That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Dieter, right? What was the name of the kid?
Ross Detweiler was the opener.
Detweiler was the opener. He got the first 3 innings, and then the rest rolled on. And Detweiler started it, and then they finished it. And 5 guys combined for the shutout. So that was good stuff. 13-16. Duvall with the home run is 5th on the year. Miguel Rojas, 2 of 3. 2 RBIs, batting .271. Good night for the Marlins. That was a lot of fun to watch. I was actually, at the beginning of that game, I was actually traveling because I went yesterday to what has to be one of the best soccer bars in South Florida, over at Stout off of Oakland Park Boulevard. I went to go meet a couple friends there, and man, what a beautiful place. The food was awesome. It was a really, really cool bar, man. If you're a big, they do all sports, football, basketball, all of that. You can watch every sport in the world, but at heart, it's also a soccer bar. When I walked in the afternoon, there was soccer going on. Obviously, the Chelsea was playing and stuff. So, they do everything from Copa America to World Cup to Champions League, whatever's going on, Serie A, Premiership, you name it, they have it on. I'd never been to that bar. What a great bar, man. So congratulations to those folks out there at Stout. Really, really good stuff. A lot of things to talk about, and I know most of you are going to say, hey, your voice is a little better. Yes, that's what happens. It's very deceiving. I kind of recovered, but now I know what's going on with my voice and the polyp and all that stuff and the operation I need. So I've kind of kept it down. Because you remember, at times I'll open up and I'll have a scream. And that's the worst thing that I could have done. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, it was just, vocal cords are sore, and then you start feeling good. So we're calmly going to keep everything at a pace, at one that we can kind of handle and try not to put a lot of strain. As you all know, we'll go to 1:30 actually, and then the show will replay from 1:30 to 3. That's how we're going to do it until I get my operation. And then after that, I will then rest a week, probably a week and a half, and then I'll be back full board so I can start doing my shows like I normally do and get back to being me. You know what I mean? Because that's what I need. And so I appreciate all the kind words. And for those of you that don't know what's going on, did you podcast it there, Alex, for us? It's up now. Okay, so it's podcasted there. If you want to know what's going on, I explained it all yesterday. So I appreciate it. Got a bunch of things to talk about today on the program. Our roundtable question I posed to everybody. We always tackle the local and some of the national stories at times that I think are important and people are talking about. And locally, there aren't a ton of them. But let's get to the roundtable question. It says, after watching this soap opera developing Green Bay, do you expect Rodgers to return to Green Bay, or will he successfully force his way out of Packerland? He will be forcing his way out of Packerland. There's no doubt. This is a guy that doesn't talk to his parents. This is a guy that just said, nah, kabosh. I interviewed his brother a few years back we were at a Super Bowl, and I want to say it was like, oh man, it was a while ago now that I'm thinking about it. It was probably 7, 8 years ago, 9 years ago now that I'm thinking about it, and we were at a Super Bowl, and his brother was doing the rounds. Now his brother was, I think, on The Bachelor and some other stuff, and so when the PR person came, she said, ask him anything except about Aaron. You can't ask him about his brother. And so I said, okay, all right, it is what it is. He's actually a really cool guy. He has a lot of personality and stuff. So it shows you this is a guy that if he's not willing to talk to his family, okay? I mean, this guy's cold because think about it. He was with Danica Patrick, and then he goes and he breaks up with Danica, and shortly thereafter, he's with this girl now. I forgot the name of this actress that he's with now. She's with from Pretty Little Liars or something like that. I forgot what it is. It's one of those shows that I don't watch. And so they got held. I think aren't they engaged already and stuff like that? I mean, like the guy turned the corner. So this is a cold and calculated mofo, which makes him good for a quarterback, by the way, because that now is he sensitive? There's no doubt. He's ultra sensitive because quarterback after quarterback was drafted while Tom Brady was there. Quarterback after quarterback was drafted while Brett Favre was there. Okay? And the only reason I still believe to this day that, Green Bay had to move on to Aaron was that Brett Favre would hold him hostage for a couple of years in the offseason, and he would wait till after the draft and everything to decide what's he going to do. And you can't do that to teams, because they've got a plan. If they have the draft coming, that's an opportunity to say, okay, if you're not coming, then we know we have to be a little bit more proactive in the draft to get a quarterback. And he would wait till after the draft. And it got to a point where they just could not do that every single year because he's getting older. And again, you just don't know when the bottom is actually going to fall out when it comes to players. Because from one day to another, they will get old. I mean, look at Ben Roethlisberger, dude. He looks like he's close to done. You know what I mean? We'll see if he can come back this year. We'll find out. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm looking at this situation, and I know Rodgers has been telling free agents, hey, listen, you come fine, but don't expect me to be here the entire time. I might be gone. And so he was kind of already poisoning the water. Or, you could call it poisoning the water, or you can call it being brutally honest to somebody and say, yo, man, listen, I just want you to know, okay? You're coming over here to play with me, but I may not finish out your contract, okay? I may be gone in a year or two. And then, because you don't want the guy then later on that you say you're leaving, and then he walks up and he goes, dude, I committed to this place for several years because of you. I wanted to play with a real quarterback so I have a chance at a title. And then you screw that player. So Rodgers was also doing the responsible thing, as painful as it is, but he was kind of doing the responsible thing. But there's no doubt in my mind that he's done with Green Bay. Okay? And Green Bay, they're a bunch of dumbasses because they should have made the trade before the draft. Now you're not going to make as good a trade as you would have before the draft. Now you got to hope that the trade turns out to be good after the draft because you don't know what kind of picks you're really getting because you don't know the kind of seasons these teams are going to have. And everybody knows that the cap hit is so brutal this year that it's going to be hard for them to get rid of him this year. So now Aaron, if he's forced to sit out an entire year until you trade him, then you're now going to lose even more value. Okay? So maybe, what is that sound? Anyway, maybe it would have been better for you to trade him before the draft, take the cap hit, make the adjustments, but get the treasure trove of picks and all that kind of stuff. Since you know you're taking cap hits, then you take more draft picks. But if you weren't taking so much some cap hits, then you take a couple more players instead of the picks to kind of offset it. Really difficult. You know what I love about the entire situation? When some of these idiots actually put the teams to trade for Aaron Rodgers, some of these morons still have the Miami Dolphins in the mix. I don't know what any of these people are watching, whether it's from Florio to anybody else that keeps throwing it out there. The Dolphins have given you every single indication that they're keeping Tua and they're building around him. They just drafted his fellow teammate, the first pick of the draft. I mean, come on, man. It's just, I really don't get it, but a lot of people look really stupid every time they do that. Miami's committed to Tua, and they should be. And any of you that have given up on Tua, you're going to look absolutely terrible because that kid is going to burn everybody that has denied or not believed in him. Or maybe you lost, whatever, confidence in him or whatever after 1 year coming off a hip injury. You know what I mean? It's crazy. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Got to get into a couple of other things going on in the world of sports. We'll get into the Dolphins talk as Kerryon Johnson's released. Malik Hooker came in for a visit, and Bobby McCain released. We got to get into that. Every Thursday, which is tonight, from 7 to 9 p.m., you can catch Fight Night with Alex Dono. It's the show dedicated to combat sports, from UFC to boxing to bare-knuckle brawling. Alex Dono provides combat sports fans the insight and interviews they crave. Tune in every Thursday night. That's tonight. It starts tonight from 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night with Alex Dono. Search and subscribe for the podcast by searching Fight Night on the home for combat sports, OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty, to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. Take their famous Boot Tour Challenge, and there's now outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations or pickup at 954-785-7565. So get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach to Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant.
Howdy, stranger.
Didn't this used to be Radio Town?
Yes, sir. It was Miami Sports Radio Town one time.
Who in the hell are these cowboys I never saw?
We don't know who these people are, riding in from other towns. There used to be a host in every one of these saloons, trying to talk about local matters, sports.
That ain't good, stranger. Could you tell me how this happened?
Well, it started when one corporation bought another, and they got rid of the good management and brought in a bunch of bumbling idiots and started firing all the local ranchers and replacing them one by one with these strangers from out of town.
I've heard that story before. Static and tumbleweeds, I'm moving on.
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. Save it on your cell phone, 844-416-8123. No better place to send your comments, ask questions, win prizes. OnsideRadio.com, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Inter Miami fans, time to find out more about your favorite soccer team with OnsideRadio.com's IMCF Football Focus. Here's Austin Robillard.
Inter Miami are set to take on Atlanta United this Sunday, which happens to mean Mother's Day, at Drive Pink Stadium. In 4 matches played last year between the two sides, Inter Miami actually recorded no losses to the Five Stripes, having drawn 2 games and won 2 games, both home and away. Miami has a lot to worry about with Atlanta's attacking striker in Joseph Martinez, who has yet to score a goal in 6 matches this season. He will be very hungry to get on the score sheet in Fort Lauderdale, and hopefully Phil Neville tactically is able to shut him down.
Keep up with the latest on La Rosa Negra by subscribing on most platforms. Search Onside Radio.
So it comes down to J.P. Crawford. First pitch swinging, line drive, he's done it. John Means has no-hit the Mariners, and the Orioles mob him. The first no-hitter for the Orioles in 30 years. The first complete game no-hitter since Jim Palmer did it 52 years ago in 1969.
That's a good night. John Means. Obviously, Marlins get the win. Means gets the no-hitter. Good stuff there. Appreciate all of you chiming in. Willie Molina. Willie, I know I sound a little better today, and I appreciate that. But let's, you and I, we can't fall for it anymore. Okay? The voice will only get worse if I keep using it all day. You know what I'm saying? I try to not talk as much as possible yesterday when I got off the air, and so I've kind of paced the voice a little bit, and that's why I'm not going to do 3 hours every day, because I can't. Because I can't get to it, because by the end of the week I'm toast, and by the end of the week I'm on from 8 to 10. I'm toast, and so it's just one of those things that I've got to pace. You know what I'm saying? And keep it nice and cool. I can't lose my top sometimes like I do and get all emotional and all that good stuff, which I know a lot of you love it and all that good stuff, but I got to kind of pace it all. Gus 1388 is the first one in. He says, "What's up? Oh, McCain is gone. Good guy, but we have to trust the process." I'm going to get to that. NorCal says, "I'm first to pack one and stream." Lisa Rose says, "Good afternoon, Onside family." Ragin says, "Hi, guys. Happy Thursday." Bromar said, "What happened to McCain?" We'll talk about that. Rosendo, "Good afternoon, Big O, Onside family. Not so fast. NorCal, I'm a teacher. I want summer to slow down." There you go. RC in the 305 says, "Hope you're feeling better. Don't forget to try Uncle Neil's and the Birds Therapeutic, a.k.a. the saltwater 1-hour soak. Really helps." Not a polyp, dude. It does. It's the polyp's not going to. Anyways, I got to tell you something. Think about this. It's a polyp. Hot water and salt. What do you think might do to that polyp? Do you think it might irritate it? You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's a polyp, dude. It's stuck in the middle of my vocal cords. I have to surgically remove it. So that's the only way I'm really going to get better. Because in the end, it's the thing that's putting the strain on the vocal cords, So it's funny because the deeper stuff I can get by, as you can hear. If I try to do anything higher, there's no way. Like yesterday when I was at the doctor, and he had that damn camera in my throat. He was trying to make me go, see, I can't do the E's like at a high pitch. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. You see? Now, I can do that. I can't do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's the polyp. It's right there, man. It's dead center. Can't do anything about it, man. So Ian from Brooklyn is in, calling me the man, the myth, the legend. I don't know about that. I'm just a survivor, like the rest of you. John Rouse is in the house. He says, so glad we didn't sign Jawan. Let's see. Herman Cueva is in. Thank you, Herman. Bromar. Let's see. What else do we have here? Matt Walker. Hope you're getting better. Matt, I appreciate you, but I won't get better until after surgery. It just won't happen. You know what I mean? Let's see. What else? Brooklyn Rob is in the house. Brooklyn Stellar got to the 60s yesterday. And by the way, Cardano is flying now. For those of us that have been patient with Cardano, it's starting to, and this is nothing with Cardano. I'm telling you, I think from July to December is going to be the big moves for Cardano. When Gogan is introduced, when smart contracts are introduced, that's when it's going to explode. The deal with the African continent, from banking to education, when they get that going too, forget it, dude. Cardano is going to explode, okay? I think it'll be $5 by the end of the year when it's all said and done. It might be even more. Look, I gave you guys a conservative number. I've been giving you a conservative number for several months now on Ethereum at 5,000. I think it might end up now going to 7 or 8, something like that. Some think it's going to go to 10 plus. But, I mean, the way it's pacing for like 15. But easily it'll hit the 5 that I've been telling you. And so now I think it'll go even higher now at the pace that it's going. So appreciate all of you there. Willie Molina. What else do we have here? Who else? Don Parlamento is in the house. Rosendo in there. And Don is right. Smash that like button, please. We need you to smash that like button so more people can find it. Cafre Gold says, Big O, why is Alan Poupar so down on Dolphins draft? The interview was depressing. It's all good, man. Listen, man. We all have opinions. We all view things different. I don't think he was so down on it. He just had a couple of questions on it, and so it's understandable. Hey, I worry a little bit about Jalen Phillips and the concussions. I'm sorry if I'm a little concerned about that. So I have that too. Don Parlamento says, I knew it was a polyp. Got to cut it out. Steve Perry had those too. Yeah, man. I mean, it happens. You know what I mean? So I just got to deal with it and move on. Any of you that know me, you know none of this stuff stops me. You know, I'm just, whether I get fired from a station, whether I got to do a podcast, whether we got to create a station, whether I have gout, whether I've had 5 stents put in my heart, it doesn't matter what happens, man. Okay? It doesn't matter what happens. I freaking power through, okay? I'm not a guy that leans on negative moments and I hate negativity, and I can't stand people that aren't willing to fight through adversity. You know what I mean? So I'm just that kind of person. I fight through adversity. I try to overcome it. Why? Because life is tough enough as it is. It's always going to kick you in the ass, dude. So what are you going to do? Cry and pout about it? No, find a way to overcome. That's what you do in life, man. You find a way to overcome. That's the way I am. That's how I've been programmed. That's watching my parents work like animals, just like a lot of you did. And, I think that's why my daughter has worked so hard in school, because she watches my wife, her mom, and me work like animals. So I think that's where she got that kind of work ethic, and that's who I am. You know what I mean? So I will overcome this. There's no doubt in my mind on that. Willie Molina, Rosendo, after every win, Hanson Raul sent it to Big O already. There you go. Hanson Raul, do follow me. We go back and forth. Play Action 7 is in. David Pridham is in. He says, Elton John had vocal polyps removed in the early 90s. His voice declines. His voice declines a few octaves after the surgery. Well, I don't sing, so it's all good. I think I can sing. I want to sing when I'm in the car. I want to sing when I'm in the shower. But can I really sing? No, of course not. I can bring showers, but I can't sing. So it's all right. I'm not worried about the octaves. Okay? And listen, I've got the deep part. I can't do anything high. It's the weirdest thing. It's so funny, man, how that thing just gets right in the way of that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Hey, I got to mention one thing, because it is a service to all of us that are admirers, okay? I just want to thank Halle Berry for the latest IG picture, okay? If you haven't seen it, then I just want to tell you, you're welcome, okay? So if you go visit Halle Berry on Instagram, I just want to tell you, you are welcome. That's all. Cheetah bathing suit, I'm just saying, it's smoking hot, man. I just want to throw that out there, that Holly, thank you. I appreciate it, okay? It's always good to follow Halle Berry on social media because she will drop some shots that you're like, wow, this woman is stunning and a half. She is absolutely fantastic. Let's see. Big O, there's something so captivating about the Hansel Raul Super Bowl song, that beginning. I wish I could play it, but YouTube will probably block us. Okay? We can't play any kind of music on it. You know? That's, it's just, we kind of have our own, like, type of, what's it called? YouTube allowed music and things like that. I got a buddy of mine that's a musician, and he is creating some rock chords, opens, jams for our show. So we'll have our own stuff that will be signature for our show, and I don't have to worry about YouTube or anything like that because it's one of those deals. But I'm looking forward to having some of that to add to the show. And if any of you have any of those kind of things that you want to contribute, talk to us, man. Send us. Brooklyn Rob just said, Stellar, bro. Where is it at now? Where is Stellar right now? And by the way, I do want to remind you, because a lot of you have been asking me crypto questions. Don't ever get into crypto if you're not really willing to, like, take the time to, like, some guy sent me, hey, I threw $100 on Cardano this morning. Should I take it out now and move it over to something else? And I said, like, yo, dude, this is a long-term thing. Like, hold off. You know what I mean? Like, relax. You got to do your homework. It's one of those deals where it will grow, and it's at 165 right now, hit 170 already. And those of us that have been watching it, like, kind of fluctuate between 118 and 122 for a while, some people probably sold off and didn't wait. But you have to be patient. It will grow. It just takes some time. And again, the big stuff for Cardano has not come in yet. It's at 65 cents right now, Stellar. Hit 66 in the last day. So it's still, I think its high is 69. So we're waiting for its ultimate high of 69, and it's a couple cents away. Maybe it breaks it today. But definitely, Brooklyn Rob, enjoy it, baby. Stellar is moving. You know, the one that's moving also is one that I've talked about for a while now. It's VeChain. VeChain has been on the move. It crossed the 22-cent mark. It was, again, hovering 18, 19, 20 for a little bit, and now it is at 22.13. It's up 8% in the last day. It's up almost 7% in the last 8 hours. And again, I've been telling you guys, VeChain, it was at 25, so that's why I told everybody buy the dip, because it was at 18, 19. It's going to go back up to 25, and it's going to continue, and I think it'll be $1 by the end of the year, maybe more, but I'm going conservative, $1. I'm not one of those guys that you'll see and they'll tell you, hey, Bitcoin is going to hit $1 million by the end of the year. No, I don't do that kind of stuff. I kind of look at it and study it, and I give you a realistic number that it can go to. Probably will go over. You know what I mean? But I'd rather promise what it will eventually happen and then end up over-delivering when it's all said and done. Kenneth Cleveland says, good afternoon, Big O. You're live from the Boom Boom Room. The lovely ladies, Holly, Selma, Sophia, Paige, Charlize, and Beyonce are fixing lunch for you after you get off your air shift. I got a hell of a day, too. I got to go to the dentist to go pick up my Invisaligns. And then I got to race over to the doctor to get a physical because I've got to get approved in order to get the operation on the 20th. So it's a fun day today. Yay. I got a lot of fun things to do today. All right. So a bunch of stuff to talk about. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side. Don't forget that Inter Miami CF fans, you can join us for every road game. Come on, man. I encourage you guys to come out. The next time the Inter Miami is on the road, which is in 2 weeks, please join us out at Dangerous Minds Brewing in Pompano. It's a great time. It's a great place. They got amazing beer. They got great food out there. The pizza is delectable, man. The pizza sticks, too, are awesome also. I love that. They're at 1901 North Federal Highway in Pompano. Join me and Alex Donna. We're out there for the pre, the half, and the post. Love to see you guys, talk to you. Brooklyn Rob was hanging out with us the other day. Enjoy the delicious food, incredible house drafts. Inter Miami CF fans, your new home for every road game is Dangerous Minds Brewing Company in Pompano. Follow them on Twitter at Dangerous Minds B. And on Instagram, they're going to make you so hungry on Instagram because the pizza and the food that they show there is awesome. Dangerous Minds Brewing.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Sports fans love a place with great food, cold drinks, and TVs everywhere. That's why sports fans love Sports Grill and their 7 amazing locations. Check out the Bird Road location at 11481 Southwest 40th Street in the back corner of the West Bird Shopping Center. Sports Grill is also now offering some great employment opportunities. All kinds of positions are now available from kitchen to hosting. Call for more information at 305-485-8845. From wraps to salads to amazingly delicious specialty dishes, Sports Grill is the home to the legendary special grilled wings. Since 1987, Sports Grill, good food, good drink, and good friends.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com. Join the Inter Miami family in 2021 by becoming a 2021 season ticket member. Enjoy enhanced access benefits and pricing not available to general fans. Visit intermiamicf.com/tickets for more information.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
I think we need to normalize the nickname Dick again. There used to be a lot of dicks. Now, people think about the male anatomy. I don't know why we can't use Dick as a nick. There was something the strong, silent type would have the name Dick. Yeah, sure, it was a nickname for Richard, but Richards now will just go by Rich or Richard. Like, nobody goes by Dick anymore. I think we need to normalize Dick.
Man of the Match with Alex Dano from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
For Adam Schefter, the Dolphins have informed team captain Bobby McCain that they are releasing him today. The Miami Marlins take Game 2 of their series against the Arizona Diamondbacks with a combined 5-reliever shutout, 8-0. Adam Duvall had a home run and 4 RBIs, and Miggy Rowe scored 3 times. The teams are back at it tonight at 6:40. Madison Bumgarner and Pablo Lopez is the pitching matchup tonight. The Miami Heat are off until Friday night when the Timberwolves come to town. The Florida Panthers are off until Saturday. They welcome the Tampa Bay Lightning in for a pair of games to end the regular season. This Sunday, Inter Miami CF welcome the Atlanta United at Drive Pink Stadium at 1 p.m., which means Big O and Alex Donna will get you started with Onside Radio pregame show starting at noon, leading into the call of the game with Chris Whittingham, Thomas Rognan, and Fernando Fiore at 1 p.m. And guys, don't forget, tonight's the premiere of Fight Night with Alex Donna starting at 7 p.m. from 7 to 9. You're listening to South Florida's only locally sports talk station, OnsideRadio.com.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com. Onside Radio continues to grow. To make your life easier, you can now find your favorite sports station by downloading the MyTuner radio app and listen to your favorite OnsideRadio.com host or catch a great Inter-Miami CF match. Go to your app store, download MyTuner Radio, and search Onside Radio, the home for the South Florida sports fan.
Hello, Inter-Miami CF fans. Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter-Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter-Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
Well, Brian, myself, the coaches, the scouts, we spent a lot of time through the pre-draft process getting to know him. And I think the one thing, when you watch him play, you would never question his passion and effort and stuff, because he plays 100 miles an hour, and he's got a tremendous motor and effort. And you can tell football is very important to him. And I think, like any person, when you're that young, going into college and doing stuff, and maybe a little bit of adversity there, it's just maturing and growing.
All right, welcome back. We take it till 3. If you all want to get in on the program, it's really simple. 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Now, Dolphins obviously are not done yet. They could be adding more players because players are getting released now. Everybody's got to kind of figure out their cap. And we just saw the remnants of it because they're releasing Bobby McCain, which is, it's a shame because I'm a Bobby McCain fan. I respect what he did for the team. He took a bullet for the team, basically. He was a nickel corner that they moved to free safety. He doesn't have the body to play free safety. He took a beating, had a shoulder injury. He did a good job, too, back there. I'm not telling you he's an all-pro free safety, but he has, he's such a smart player, and he has great instincts. Did a good job overall, man. He's done a really good job for this team for several years now. He's been a good player. Maybe they'll bring him back at a lesser salary. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see down the line if they're going to do that, if he's willing to do that, or if he's going to go somewhere else. But, of course, look, this pandemic obviously changed all of our lives, right? I mean, it's altered a lot of the things that we do in life and altered our careers, altered our pay, altered our lifestyle, altered maybe where we live. Some people had to move. It's changed so much. It changed the NFL too because the cap changed. It went down instead of up, and they're not used to that. They're used to having more money next year, another like 10 million, 15 million. They're used to like it getting jacked. Instead, it retracted. And so then that caused a lot of problems and things that you maybe could have held off for a year. Maybe they would have kept Kyle Van Noy for another year, but they couldn't. You had to make a decision. I know a lot of people are quick to say, oh, well, they failed. I think it was Barry Jackson wrote an article either a couple days ago or something, talking about how, oh, they must have regretted doing this or that. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, they won 10 games. When you start nitpicking about one decision or another, they won 10 games. Nobody had them winning 10 games. Only the blind-ass fans that think the Dolphins are going to win the Super Bowl every year no matter what. Hey, Joe Philbin took over. That's the guy. He designed the offense for Aaron Rodgers. He's going to win the title. Hey, we get, whatever. Bill Parcells, we're going to win the title. You know, it's like right away. Oh, drafted Ryan Tannehill, we're going to win the title. We're going to, you know, oh, we sign in Ndamukong Suh. Our defense is going to be so dominant. I got a lot of that, too. I remember arguing with Dolphin fans who were just blind-ass fans. So those fans, they don't count because they're always wrong, and they wait for that 1 year that they got it right. You know, hey, I told you they would win 10 games. Dude, you tell me they win 10 games every year. You know, it's kind of like that. It's like eventually you'll be right, dude. The sun shines on every dog's ass every once in a while. So looking at all of this, it altered everything. And they've had to do some changes that maybe they didn't want to do, but they have to because they had no choice. And this is probably another one of those things because you have other things going on. And I know they brought in Malik Hooker. And I like what Eric Rowe has done. I love how when people say, well, you know, he struggled against and it's against the tight ends that everybody struggles against, okay? Whether you play Travis Kelce, you're screwed. If you're going to play the kid in Oakland, you're screwed. If you're going to play the kid in San Francisco, you're screwed. There aren't many safeties that are going to hang with those kind of guys, okay? And I would imagine Kyle Pitts will be one of those kind of cats, too, that it's going to be a pain in the ass to cover those kind of guys. But overall, Eric Rowe did a really good job of covering safeties. Now, Eric Rowe's never been a good cornerback, never been a consistent cornerback. They found a role for him to fill for a couple of years, and so I can see them now bringing in a Malik Hooker, but I would, because remember, one of the things that I told you guys in the early days, and early days is just 2 years ago since they took over, and why they made certain moves, Bobby McCain and all that, I kept telling you guys that they need safeties that have cover skills. They can't just be zone safeties. They have to be guys that can actually stay with players. They want that. They need that in their safeties. And so Malik Hooker can cover. Malik Hooker has several turnovers in the short amount of time that he's played in the first few years of his contracts here being in the NFL. The kid has several turnovers, right? He has like 6 or 7 turnovers or something like that. And he hasn't been on the field a lot. And that's his problem. But you know that the upside of Malik Hooker is way more than Eric Rowe. You know that Javon Holland, the upside on him is way more than Bobby McCain. So Javon doesn't have the injury history. I know that Hooker does. So they do have Rowe under contract. I would be, and remember, if you bring Malik Hooker in, he can kind of be a dual safety where he can, if something happens to Javon, he can then fill in. Or early on, if you want to keep Eric Rowe strong and you want to start Malik Hooker because he's a veteran, you start him and you work Javon in, you can do that. And Hooker can't ask for a lot of money because he's been injured. So if they want to bring him in, that would be kind of interesting. I don't know if they will or not. We'll find out. But I understand what they're trying to do and what they're trying to build back there. Okay, I completely get it. And I know now the other part of this conversation is Kerryon Johnson. Big back, underachiever, often injured also. But Miami has their running backs at this point in time. So if you add Kerryon Johnson, you're adding him because it's a big back. So now you have him in the 7th round pick battling for the big back spot. And they already showed you that with Jordan Howard, they needed a big back. Now, they probably didn't have a lot of options, so they settled on Howard, and they thought maybe they could get something out of him, but they didn't have the kind of line that would really complement Howard, so it was going to be tough for him. Howard needs a line that gives him a nice gaping hole so he can get into the second level and use his power. That never materialized, and that was probably their vision. Kerryon's got a little more shake and bake to him, right? This kid from Cincinnati's got a lot of shake and bake to him, you know? So maybe they think they can have that battle right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they are even interested in Kerryon Johnson. But if they do bring in another back, I could see somebody competing with the Cincinnati kid for that position. Because when you look at their backs, Myles Gaskin is in. What's it called? Akeem. What is it? Ahmed. All right. He should make it. They got Malcolm Brown, right? Patrick Laird. Well, I don't even know. Is Ahmed still there? Did they keep Ahmed? I don't even know. I'm looking at the roster right now, and I don't see Ahmed. I got to look it up. Maybe it's not on Our Lads. Maybe I got to look it up on MiamiDolphins.com, see if they still have Ahmed. I would figure that they have Ahmed, but they don't have him here at Our Lads. So they should have about 3 of their backs kind of set. And I know that they've, kind of talked about Malcolm Brown, and they like him. I don't know. I mean, Malcolm Brown's all right. Now he's also 220, so they are looking for more of a bigger and bruising back. He's still there? Okay, good. Thank you. So he is there. They don't have him on Our Lads. So I got to look at it here, but they don't on Our Lads. I like it because they kind of break it down. Yeah, I'm looking on, but the team website is, they don't put like a depth chart, so it's a lot harder to find. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, but they do have Ahmed there. So Ahmed has a chance also of making this team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they bring another big back in, is to kind of have that competition between the 3 guys, because you have Malcolm Brown and you have the Cincinnati kid. So now if you bring, let's say, a Kerryon Johnson, it's kind of those 3 guys battling for one spot, because I don't think they'll carry 2 of those guys. I think they'll carry the other guys that are shiftier, and they bring a little bit more. And listen, Myles Gaskin can be a better player this year. That's what they don't give him a break. He's tough as hell. He's got great balance. If you improve the line and those receivers, which they did, and the quarterback is going to be better this year, it's going to open it up more for whoever the back is. Doesn't matter. The back should be better because of it. Okay? In the end, what I wouldn't do is nitpick about one thing or another, and I'd look at the overall results, because that's kind of when I was reading Barry Jackson's article. Well, I bet they regret this, and this was a poor decision. It's like they won 10 games, bro. That's what counts. It's like when I explain to you sometimes about crypto. It's not worrying about the one dip. No, dude, it'll go back up again. Because if you then look at it as a big picture, you'll see the graph is all the way. The trend is up. Now it'll go down, up, down, up, down, up, but it's getting higher highs and higher lows. But you panic because of one dip that's 10%, 15, 30%, and you're like, oh my God, I got to sell. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That in the end, while you build a team, you're not going to make every decision perfect. You're going to fail on some decisions, because it's impossible to draft every player correctly, to sign every free agent correctly. It's impossible to have everybody healthy. It's impossible that everything goes your way. It's what happens in the big picture. And the big picture is you won 10 games. So now this year, you got 17 games, get to the playoffs. That's the next stage. You do that, then again, the graph is the same. It's still trending up. That's how you got to look at it. Not nitpick about, that this guy failed and this guy, because more people have succeeded than failed. That's why you're at 10 games. That's all I got to say. Back with more right here on OnsideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
If you're looking for a change from the everyday restaurant, then you need to get to Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach. Brats, Wiener Schnitzel, homemade potato pancakes, pretzels with mustard, and lots of German beer. And with daily specials, there is something for everyone. If you're up for a challenge, you should take their famous boot tour. Finish 30 boots of different varieties of German beer, and you'll receive half price on their beer for life. And you'll get to take home your own boot and Checkers Old Munchin t-shirt. They also have outdoor seating available in their new beer garden with live music, as well as carry-out, curbside pickup, and delivery. So, for the finest German food and beer, get over to 2209 East Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano Beach. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Checkers Old Munchin Restaurant, or call them for reservations at 954-785-7565. That's 954-785-7565. We'll see you at Zagat-rated Checkers Old Munchin German Restaurant in Pompano Beach.
Baseball fans will go deep into the count with Alex Aguirre and Christian Chase. Catch the show that talks Marlins and all the big stories in the major leagues. Saturday at 8 a.m. exclusively at OnsideRadio.com. When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
All right. So, by the way, somebody mentioned, Herman mentioned Brandon Jones, and Brandon will probably be your starter. But what I mean with Malik is he can be the guy that covers those tight ends. Because remember, since he plays free safety, okay, then he has those cover skills and he has turnovers and everything. And so I think that's kind of what they're thinking, that if you do bring in Hooker, now you have Hooker as the guy that can alternate behind the strong safety and the free safety, and then in the bigger packages, you have him line up against the tight end. Brandon was awesome last year. I mean, that was one of the better draft picks last year from the draft class. He really shined last year and showed a lot. But, again, he's not tested as much on tight ends. And so you got to kind of find that role, and you need a guy that's really athletic because, obviously, the tight ends, remember this year you're going to face a New England team with 2 tight ends. So you've got to be prepared to cover 2 tight ends now. So that's why also you bring in Hooker, because I would imagine that in those kind of situations, you have him cover, one of the tight ends. So I think that's kind of what it is. It's Hooker for Rowe, not for Brandon. Brandon's still there, but it'll be Hooker for Rowe and kind of do that because he's got all these injury history. You probably don't want him as a full-time starter because he wears down, he breaks down. And so maybe you use him in that Eric Rowe role of kind of covering that tight end. So kind of a hybrid. And then because he has the skills, see, Eric Rowe can't play free safety. Okay? And he's really not a strong safety. He's kind of what they use him more is to cover tight ends. I think that's what they'll do with Hooker, and then they have his versatility to be able to fill in both spots because he could probably play a little strong and he certainly can play free. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, listen, I might be wasting my breath on all of this because they may not be going for Malik Hooker or Kerryon Johnson either. But since every Dolph fan or most of you out there want to sign every player in the book, I got to talk about the 2 guys, one that visited and one that was released. And by the way, they have no shot at Kerryon yet until he clears waivers. Okay, or he gets the Dolphins and they want to pick up, and they just dump salary. They're not going to pick up that salary. So they'll wait till he clears waivers if they're even interested. Okay, I don't even want to get ahead of myself here. All right, let's take a break. Hour number 2 is coming up. Don't forget that every Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m., tonight it debuts Fight Night with Alex Dono. It's the show dedicated to combat sports, from UFC to boxing to bare-knuckle brawling. Alex Dono provides combat sports fans the insight and interviews they crave. Tune in every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night with Alex Dono. Search and subscribe to the podcast by searching Fight Night on the home for combat sports, OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Welcome to OnsideRadio.com. Broadcasting from South Florida to the world. No station in South Florida provides more live and local sports talk.
This is like rock and roll with no music.
Follow us on social media at Onside Radio.
When you want local sports, 1260 WLESPN.
We're
Yes, what she said.
Well, it's what they wrote.
Look at it this way, honey.
Oh, no. Here we go.
At some point, this was all live, and wherever it came from, it was local there.
You get that look whenever you stretch the truth or when you need your laxative.
Ain't it awful? South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnsideRadio.com.
Now streaming online.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan. Time to get in the zone. The Onside Zone.
And look, man, I don't care if you're my wife. If I don't agree with you, I'm going to say it.
The Onside Zone.
I don't care how you win a championship, dude. You can draft it, you can buy it, you can trade for it. Just win, baby.
The Onside Zone.
You're not Aladdin rubbing the lamp and then Will Smith comes out and you ask him, hey, fix our dolphin problems. And there he goes. No, I'm sorry. It'd be nice if it was that easy, but it's not.
You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. You can connect with us at OnsideRadio.com by sending us a text at 844-416-8123. The Onside Zone with a big O.
All right. Yes, I am. I'm live. I'm all the way live. Don't even have to walk. Don't even have to talk. Just slide, slippity slide. Just forget about your troubles in your 9 to 5. Just sail on. That's what you do. Just sail on. That's what we do. That's what we do. We just sail on. That's what it's all about. Did you guys see the Chad Johnson? You know, Chad Johnson is going to fight under Mayweather and Pacquiao, right? And so it'll be obviously at Hard Rock Stadium there. So if you want to check it out. And we don't know who he's going to fight. But one of the TMZ guys ran into Matt Barnes, okay, and asked Matt Barnes about fighting against Chad Johnson. And this is what Matt Barnes had to say.
I mean, I do box, but to be honest with you, like it's not something that I really want to jump into, to be honest with you. I mean, like to me, I'm kind of past that stage of my life. But you know, like I said, if it ever came across and the money was right, I'd consider it.
Wow. I'll tell you this. I don't see Chad as a fighter. So I would have my money on Matt Barnes on that one. Because, see, Matt Barnes, I believe Matt Barnes is half crazy. Okay? Matt Barnes has shown many, many times that he is about as fearless as it gets. I think Matt Barnes has almost gotten into fights where, like, he wanted to chase somebody after the game. You know, that kind of stuff. And I've never seen that. You know, I've only seen Chad Johnson do the river dance. You know what I'm saying? I just don't look at it that way. And I get it. Chad's doing it for the money. He's getting $1 million. So, and I would imagine if Matt Barnes is given $1 million, he might end up doing it too. What do you get? 600,000, right? They take about 40 out of that kind of pay. Especially in the Biden world. Ooh, boy, Biden's going to take a bigger bite of your apple. And so, anyway. So he will print the hell out of money and ruin our dollar, and he'll take more money from you if you make that kind of money. The good thing is those of us that are under 400,000, which is most of us, we're kind of safe. But if you're over 400, you are screwed. Anyway, so if Matt Barnes chooses to fight Chad, that would be fun. Now, I'm still not paying for the fight. I still need somebody to invite me over. I got to see it at a bar. I got to, obviously maybe watch it on the internet somehow. Those kind of things. There's no way I'm paying for that. Okay, I'm not paying watch a bunch of YouTube stars and TikTok stars and former athletes and all that. Like I told you, this is the state of boxing now. This is how bad boxing is. Okay? It's so bad that these fights are more interesting than when boxing is putting out. I mean, Dana White has got to be laughing his ass off. I mean, he normally laughs at Bob Arum, and, you know, Bob Arum is a legend, dude. But Bob Arum is part of the problem with all the other promoters that have absolutely ruined boxing because they don't allow their fighters to fight the best fighters. And they just worry about their stinking records, and they, you know, it's so disturbing. But anyway, watching that soundbite from Matt Barnes, I would tell you this: if he chose to fight Chad Johnson right now, okay, those of you that are on the chat board, who are you picking? Okay, if you're watching, you're on the chat board, whatever it is, who are you picking between Matt Barnes and Chad Johnson? I want to see if most of you are along the lines of what I'm thinking, or maybe you guys have a different opinion here and you think Chad is going to get it done. Maybe he can. I don't know. I just see Matt Barnes crazy beating Chad Johnson's, you know, whatever. Let's see. What do we have here on it? Oh, yes, Big O. Hallie. I love her to death. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, who wouldn't? Come on. Okay. But I just had to share it a little bit there. Did you see the latest picture that Halle Berry took there? Did you take a moment there, Alex, to go to her Instagram? Huh? No. The cheetah outfit on the wall. It's 2 pictures. Make sure you slide over to because the second one has the sunlight. Just a little better. Ray says Matt Barnes 100%. I would imagine a lot of you are going to think like me that you're going to pick Matt Barnes over him. Wow. I have my headsets on, so it's not like I can really hear everything super clear, but, you know, all I heard from on the other side of the studio was, wow. Alex pulled it up, and he was like, because it's the only thing you can say. She's in her 50s, dude.
Wow.
Yes.
That's all you can say, man.
That's all you can say. You know?
Good for her, man.
Yeah. Well, good for her husband. Or
That
boyfriend or fiance.
I don't really know what, yeah.
I don't know I don't know what state she's in now with that guy, if she's married or fiance or boyfriend, but whoever her partner is, that guy's like Applebee's. He's eating good in the neighborhood. That's all I can say. Ragin says, I only watch boxing when both boxers suck. I laugh my ass off every time. Yeah. Did you see this? Oh, speaking of boxing, and not that I want to really harp too much on boxing, because boxing as a sport is just absolutely down the drain. There's very few fights that are sexy. But Manny Pacquiao is expected to announce his retirement plans. Pacquiao's been training since last February for an impending fight this year. No fight has been scheduled yet, despite plenty of rumors, but the latest talk is Pacquiao's next fight. When Pacquiao's next fight is announced, he will also talk about his planned retirement. The negotiations are ongoing. I will not go into details, so there will be no problems, Pacquiao said of future fights. He was also asked about retirement. He said that is part of the negotiations. That will be included in the announcement. Okay? So the rumor was that he'd fight Terrence Crawford. However, that came from Crawford's side, and the fight investors did not come through. Mickey Garcia seems like more of a realistic opponent. Pacquiao has not fought since July of 2019. 2 years from the ring. And he's like 86 years old. What is he, 42? I mean, dude, just retire already. Yeah, both he and Mayweather needed to retire after that ridiculous fight that they had that ripped everybody off from a bunch of cash. That was a disgusting display and just a total money grab. And people actually, because there's no way I was paying for that crap. I think I went to a bar to see that thing. I even regret going to the bar to watch that dance-off between those two. Yeah, I was at a bar. Yeah, that's right. I remember that I regretted going out of my way to go see that garbage. And Pacquiao, give me a break, bro. Just leave already, dude. Go to the Philippines and be a president and help your country and all. You're not helping boxing anymore, dude. You're hurting boxing, but they don't care. Anyway, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. If you want to get in on the program, the text line is 844 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123 if you want to get in on the show. Plenty of ways to reach out to us. And, of course, if you have any questions, you can post them on the YouTube chat board. You don't have a Peloton, right, in your house? If you do, don't get under it. I just want you to know, okay? Because that is some crazy-ass shit that's going on with the Peloton. Kids getting trapped in the Peloton. One died. Did you see that stuff? Did you catch that story there?
Yeah.
I mean, and they have recalled all their treadmills now, okay? Peloton is urging customers who bought the Tread Plus tread machines to stop using the equipment and contact the company for a refund. When you watch the videos of the kids getting stuck under that thing, wow. And these people made a killing during the pandemic because everybody was buying their bikes and now they got into treadmills and all that stuff. And that's scary, man, when you watch the kids. See, and it's not that you're a bad parent, because you're not. Because if you have kids, you know that in 1 second they can get in trouble. Just 1 second. Okay? Now, you should be a good enough parent to make sure they can't leave your house. But, I mean, in your house, they can get in trouble. You have to be on top of your kid. It's like, I've got a puppy now in the house, and we haven't had a puppy in a few years. So now, Bono is a maniac. And I've got to, control Bono. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch out. The wife has got to watch him, all that, because he's just, he's in the biting stages. So he bites everything that's out there. Wood, your couch, your finger, the remote, you name it, he's going to bite it. So you got to be on top of your puppy. Same thing here. I can't imagine. I wonder how many animals also got stuck under the Peloton, especially, small animals. It's crazy, man. I saw that story, and I felt terrible for some of the parents. Did you see the kid that ordered a bunch of ice cream for himself? Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
Listen to this.
What's up?
So a boy, 4 years old, okay? He loves SpongeBob. So he went a little overboard and he bought $3,000 worth of non-refundable SpongeBob SquarePants popsicles on Amazon.
Oh, I wonder what's going through the mind of the parents of that child.
Yeah. So, however, a graduate school friend of the little boy's mom told the Post that she had set up a GoFundMe on Monday to help cover the chilling costs. According to the crowdfunding page, the truly adorable SpongeBob diehard named Noah managed to purchase $2,618.85 worth of popsicles from Amazon and had them sent to his auntie's house. In case you're wondering, that's 51 cases containing 918 popsicles. Katie Schloss, a first-year master's degree candidate at NYU's Silver School of Social Work, said the Tots frozen treat fiasco. The predicament may seem adorable on its face. However, Amazon will not refund the popsicles. So Noah's mom, Jennifer Bryant, was feeling the freezer burn and thought she'd have to foot the bill herself. This presented a major SpongeBobstacle for the 44-year-old mother of three, who is also pursuing a master's in social work at NYU and didn't know how she was going to be able to pay this off. In addition to student loans and all of her family's other expenses, Brian's classmate Schloss, 33, wrote on GoFundMe. However, it may seem Noah's popsicle debt has already been more than paid off. As of Wednesday morning, kind-hearted donors have already contributed a whopping $5,745, eclipsing the fundraising goal of $2,619. Says, thank you so much for your mind-blowing generosity, Bryant added, and that the surplus donations will go towards education and additional support for her son, who is living with autism spectrum disorder. How about that? And by the way, this isn't the first time an opportunistic tyke has gone on a spending spree. A Connecticut woman was apologetic after her 6-year-old amassed over $16,000 in credit card charges for the video game Sonic Forces. That's the kid I want doing e-shows here. Right there. That guy. Go hire that. I got to go hire that 6-year-old. I mean, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, they know how to order on Amazon? I mean, these kids are advanced, bro. At 4 and 6, I can only manage my Tonka truck. Maybe a big wheel action, that's it. I had to wait for the ice cream truck to come by so I could get an ice cream. Snow cone, popsicle, an eclair. What else? Never liked a push-up. It was kind of a funky flavor, that orange thing. An ice cream sandwich. Napoleon once in a blue moon. That's about it. It was, with the Napoleon sandwich, I always ate the chocolate and the vanilla first, and I left the strawberry for last. Sometimes I'd even throw away the strawberry if I wasn't in the mood. Because the chocolate part in the chocolate thing was just too much. David says, I'm trying to divert my disappointment from a lack of workhorse running back in draft. I guess I have to trust the Flores and GM. Yeah, David, let me look. Do I have time? You know what? Let me explain your running back blues when we come back. Okay? Let's do that. Let me tell you a little bit here. Every Monday, Heat and NBA fans, you can catch the best hour of basketball talk when Ethan Skonek and Ira Winderman host a Pallet Rock City Inside the Paint show. Listen to two of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Monday from 10 to 11 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans, OnsideRadio.com.
We'll be right back to the Big O Show. You can join us on the Onside Sports Line, 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. Air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
At OnsideRadio.com, we chirp all day and night. It's time to do some more chirping with David Dwork at our Chirping the Cats report.
After a couple welcome days off, the Florida Panthers got back to work on Thursday as the team prepares for its final 2 games of the regular season. The Panthers are gearing up for the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it's looking more and more like Florida's opponent will be their cross-state rival from Tampa Bay. Before the postseason arrives, the Cats and Bolts must first face off for a pair of contests in Sunrise to wrap up the regular season schedule. The 2 games against the Lightning still hold some significance, as the outcomes will likely determine who holds home ice advantage in the first round series. And I don't know about you, but I sure would like the Cats to have Game 1 and Game 7 at the BB&T Center, especially considering this is a franchise that hasn't won a playoff series since 1996. The time off this week came at a great time for Florida, with several key players still working their way back from injuries. That includes Carter Verhaeghe, Sam Bennett, Patrick Hornquist, and Chris Streeter, all of whom are expected to be back in the Panthers lineup before the playoffs arrive.
Keep up with the latest on the Florida Panthers by subscribing on most platforms by searching Onside Radio, your home for South Florida sports.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
If you missed Man of the Match with Alex Dano, you missed.
And this happens in a lot of food polls, right? When I put out a food discussion and I claim that one thing is better than the other, the people who are the fans of the thing that I don't like as much will always say, oh, you've never had my abuelita's tres leches. Well, no crap. I don't know your grandma. She's
I hate
never
that
invited me.
argument.
I hate that argument. It's like, oh, wait, you think tiramisu is better? You've never had my abuelita's homemade tres leches. Well, until she invites me over, bro, how am I supposed to try? You've clearly never been to Florence where they have great tiramisu, so don't give me your crap. You've never had my nonna's tiramisu.
Yeah, I haven't.
And you'll never have it. She's dead.
Oh, God.
You'll never have it.
I really wanted to.
You're SOL. She didn't save the recipe. It died with her.
Oh, no.
Man of the Match with Alex Dono on South Florida's home for sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Alrighty, welcome back. So one of those, I think it was David that put out his disappointment in the workhorse running back. First of all, there aren't a lot of workhorse running backs anymore. Okay, and if you want a workhorse, then this is what happens to Saquon Barkley. Derrick Henry is a freak. You know it's like LeBron. Those two dudes are like cyborgs. They don't, it's a committee type of thing nowadays. And look, like I've explained this before, we'll do this now so people can get it. It's more important to find a right tackle and a left tackle and fix the line and get a guard. And it's more important to find a quarterback. It's more important to get Jalen Phillips. It's more important to get Javon Holland. It's more important to get Jalen Waddle. It's more important to find other positions that you need on the team. Okay? These are harder to find. Running backs are interchangeable, brother. Okay? James Robinson had a great year last year for Jacksonville, and he was undrafted. And this happens all the time in this league. You can find a running back. The problem, whether it's David or some of you out there, you got to get off this mental masturbation and worried so much about a stinking running back. It's not like the Dolphins are a running back away from going to the Super Bowl. They still got to get to the playoffs this year and get some experience. And I think that if this draft class does mature, along with the other ones, I think you're going to have a Super Bowl type contender next year. And you'll have a lot less positions to fill now. Center, running back, I don't know, maybe another wide receiver or something. There aren't a lot of places that you need anymore if things work out. So now you'll be able to focus on that running back, and you'll be able to either trade up, move up, put yourself in a position to get the best running back in the draft. Okay? Or sign a good one in free agency if there's one out there. That position is a lot easier to fill than all these other ones that I've talked about. So the Dolphins are trying to build a team up more than anything else, and then when they get closer, they can then get that running back to put them over the top. So relax. This is only the third year of the process, and you already have a 10-win season in your second year as a Dolphins fan. So if they get to the playoffs, it's a lot faster than I thought maybe fourth year for the playoffs in this rebuilding process. They have put themselves in position now to get to the playoffs in their third year. That's an incredible feat considering you tore it down to the bone. You didn't inherit a starting quarterback and running back or defense or anything like that. You're not walking into a team that has a great defense and you just got to fix or tweak the offense. No, dude, you ran into a team that had salary cap issues, had draft issues, had free agent issues, didn't have enough talent, had a bunch of, just didn't have even close to the team that you needed. So you had to clean the entire slate. And the most interchangeable position in all of pro sports, hockey, baseball, football, and basketball, it's the running back. That's the position that people can just interchange. Doesn't matter, because if you have a great offensive line, the running back's going to be good. And actually might end up being a good running back, may end up being great behind a line like that. So if you build up the line, you build up the receivers, the tight ends, the quarterback, the running back becomes the easiest position to fill. So stop with the overreactions on the running back. This is something that it makes you sound incredibly ungrateful and really kind of naive to what's going on because everything's been built up. You got a bunch of cap space again next year. You got more picks again next year. Your team is set up. You're winning. You're desirable now. People want to come to Miami now. And so now you have got the perfect scenario. And that's all developed because of Chris Greer's hiring, who has found the right coach, put the right people in place in personnel, and pretty much has made most of the right decisions since he took over full-time running everything. So be more appreciative of where you're at, big picture, and think about all the things that they're trying to fix. And if they fix all of these things, the running back is the easiest spot to fill. That one's not that difficult. So relax. Take it easy. Things are going to get better, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? It will be all right. Two Extreme says, I'm a bit sad about McCain. Dude was a complete team player. You never heard a peep from him about anything. Unfortunately, it's the ugly side of the business. Going to miss him for us. You're right. Can't argue with that one. Is Duke Johnson a fit here? No, not for what they need. Duke Johnson's a pass catcher out of the backfield. He's not a trusted running back. He's not a guy you use at this level for a running back. He's a pass catcher. So, no, that's not really what you want. I think they want more of a horse. You know, not that you're going to be the main guy. You're still going to be in a stable with other people because they're not going to milk one guy because that's not – they want to attack you with different people. That's the way they do it. But I think that's why they drafted the Cincinnati kid and they signed Malcolm Brown. They want one more bigger back, and that's kind of what they're trying to find. But these guys aren't going to be, spending a ton of money on a running back because if you build the whole team, the running back can be interchangeable. And remember, here's the other thing. A lot of these running backs may not even see a second contract anymore. So maybe you're not in the mood of spending a first rounder on a running back that 4 or 5 years from now you wear him out and you say, you know what? Nah, I don't want to give him another 4-year contract. So relax. Everything will work out. Okay? Everything will be fine. All right, let's wrap it up here on the show. We do want to remind you, Alex Donald coming your way at 3 o'clock, but he's also coming your way at 7 o'clock with Fight Night. And it's the show dedicated to combat sports from UFC to boxing to bare knuckle brawling. And he was so right, by the way. He sent me a text and said the Mayweather Conor McGregor fight was more entertaining than the Pacquiao fight, and I would have to agree with that. So, folks, if you love your combat sports and you want the insight and interviews, Alex Donald is going to provide them. Tune in every Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. for Fight Night with Alex Donald. Search and subscribe to the podcast by searching Fight Night on the home for combat sports, OnsideRadio.com. I thank Alex Aguirre, doing a great job. Thank you all for tuning in and watching it here on YouTube. Alex will join you at 3 o'clock. We will now replay. This first hour and a half will be replayed now from 1:30 till 3 o'clock. That's kind of what we're going to do for now, while we, of course, take care of the voice, get a little operation in a couple weeks on the 20th. So I'm 14 days away, okay? So 2 weeks from today, I will be, it's not a knife because they go through the throat, so it's not like they got to cut me up or anything. Cut me, Mick. So I'll be fine. Love you all out there for watching on YouTube, for downloading the shows, for supporting Onside Radio and all of our fantastic hosts. The only local sports station dedicated to South Florida sports and, of course, locally owned. You guys be good. I'll see you tomorrow.
We'll be right back to the big